Hello. So, common question, should you count calories? Short answer for 9 out of 10 of you is no. Don't turn off there. You will learn some more in the next 3 or 4 minutes. Now, why not? Hey, we're all told calories in versus calories out is the weight weight equation, and you will gain weight if you taking more calories than you expend. Now, that's absolutely true, but the problem with it is you can't control it. You can't control it. I promise you. Calories in, you can control quite well. Calories out, though, you can't. You absolutely can't. Right? I'm going to just quickly, first off, I'm going to quickly explain why you can't control how many calories go up. Right? With my visuals, yeah? So I've done some homework. There you go. So this is the equation. Calories in, calories out, yeah? So food intake here, that's 100% of your calories in, right? All of your calories in is food. You can control that pretty well, although when on the wrapper it says it's got 400 calories, it might not, right? And you might leave a bit and blah, blah, blah. And so that's not exact either, right? I don't care what you say. You can try and track your calories as much as you want, but there's gonna be error in how many calories is in what you're eating, because actually the amount of calories, it's a guess. The amount of calories that they tell you is in that banana or in that pie is an educated guess, but nonetheless, it's not exact, right? So you can quite well predict this, okay? Not exactly, but you can pretty well predict this. I hope that makes sense. This side is your energy expenditure. Now it gets a little more complicated, all right? It's not that complicated. Essentially, there's 4 main ways that you're going to burn calories, and I've talked about this in other videos, so I would advise you to go and have a look at some of those essentials of fat loss, I think, energy expenditure. Now, here you go, basal metabolic rate. Look, here, 70%. At very least, it's always going to contribute to more than half of the calories you burn. It's how many calories you burn at rest, right? Just to be alive, before you even move, right? That's going to burn up more than half the amount of calories that you expend total. Like I say, here, and I've lifted this from a scientific journal, is about 70% normally, okay? Now, sometimes you will try and predict your basal metabolic rate based on your age, on your height, on your weight, on your gender, things like this, right? And there's tables and equations you can do on the internet to do that. You can do that, but again, it's a guess, all right? Even before you've even taken into account these things at the top, your basal metabolic rate, I have seen lab evidence of people of the same weight, same gender, with a 500 calorie a day discrepancy between how many calories they burn. So, again, it's a guess. That's a guess. It's an educated guess, but it's a guess. This one, non-exercise activity, then basically walking the dog, moving around, all that stuff. Sometimes you can't control that, right? Because when I've seen a lot of research where people get overfed, this one goes up. Your body just moves more without you even knowing that it's doing it. You can't control it. Thermic effect of food, right? So here's an interesting point, because if you have 100 calories of protein, about 30 calories of those are lost before you've even been able to do anything with it. Whereas if you have 100 calories of fat or carbohydrate, you're probably going to get about 90 of those calories. And so this makes a big difference depending on what you eat. So the calories that are in the food don't all get into you, right? Depends what your body decides to do with it and what it can do with it. So again, not completely under your control. Exercise activity thermogenesis, probably the one that's most under your control, the calories you can burn doing exercise. But no matter how much you train, that's never going to make up more than about a quarter of your total calories burned, right? Even if you're training twice a day. Hard. It's still not gonna be as much as this one. And the more you do of this, sometimes the less happens of this, especially if it's a lot of cardiovascular work. So you go jogging, you become efficient, this gets slower. You lift weights, this gets bigger. This is why I'm big on weight training for weight loss. Right, so I hope that makes sense, right? This one you can predict, but it's still a guess. This here is not up to you. This is barely up to you. This is barely up to you, and this is up to you. So it's at the end of the day, it's a bit of a lottery, to be honest with you. you know, you could be 10, 20, 30% out with all this. And so essentially counting calories is trying to make an exact science out of something that is not exact. What I would recommend you do is, if you like to be organized about it and it helps you, see how many calories you're eating at the moment. Are you gaining weight or are you losing weight? If you're maintaining weight and how many calories, then try to eat a little bit more. But auto-regulation really is going to be the best way to go for 9 out of 10 people. Control your portion sizes, eat whole foods. That's going to be the best way to go. If you need to gain weight, then it's almost the opposite, you know? You're trying to eat excessively. You just got to do more. But if you're trying to count calories, you can't predict it, okay? You cannot predict exactly how many calories you're taking in, and you certainly cannot predict how many calories you burn. And that is my conclusion to should you calorie count. Probably not. Check out deltanf.com, Delta Nutrition and Fitness on Facebook, Chris Bell PT. I've lots of articles and other videos, and I hope that was informative. Any questions, please contact me, and I'll see you soon.